Welcome to Blind Level Tech. I'm Jonathan Price.
I'm Evan Starnes.
And together, we're bringing you news, tech, and information about blind technologies.
Being blind doesn't mean you have to stop living.
We're going to show you just how possible it is to live the life you want. What's up, Evan?
What's up, man? Well, if I said I was doing great, I would totally be absolutely fibbing right now.
Okay. You're not doing great? Come on, man.
Nah, it's been an interesting morning. I crashed on the couch last night because I wanted to watch YouTube. And then woke up at like stupid o'clock, like 3 a.m. and then realized my voice sounds like horrendous. And
now, if you deepen your voice a little bit, you get that sexy little
that gravelly,
yeah,
like that. You mean
you just got to get really close and
really
close to the microphone.
Close and personal.
There you go.
Now that's creepy.
Evan's wearing a Superman. I don't know if it's a t-shirt, sweatshirt, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a Superman.
You got
shirt.
superpowers.
I do.
It looks super good.
Thank you.
You do. You're welcome.
Well, so I was telling Barry before we got on here that today is my daughter's birthday. So as of recording, happy birthday to my daughter. And she is 11 years old. And then my son is turning 7 on Thursday. And so with that being said, there's two things. One, we have a running joke in my family because we have so many birthdays in September that nobody is allowed to touch each other from Thanksgiving to Christmas. So that's thing number one.
Not even a handshake?
Thing number two, because
no,
well, we'll see. Sometimes, in some of those really conservative places, handshakes lead to babies.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, right.
But anyway, I digress. Anyway, so the other thing was that. So because Ava is turning 11 today, Landon is turning 7. We were trying to think of a great birthday party theme. And
7-Eleven.
So there you go. That's exactly what it is. And so we are having a 7-Eleven party, which is funny. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Taquitos and hot dogs.
That's exactly taquitos, hot dogs, and nachos.
Yep.
There you go. And
Slurpees
to wash it all down.
Okay, so we tried to do a Slurpee machine. It cost like $400 to rent one of those stupid machines. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Like an icy machine? Is that what?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just use a
icy
starter,
Slurpee
almost.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever. Oh, and then here, so I have a big confession.
Mm-hmm. Big
confession, and I'm so sorry. This is going to offend a lot of people out there. It's going to offend probably you guys on here.
I'm on the edge of my seat,
and so I'm so sorry for the amount of offense I'm about to lay on everybody.
Oh boy.
You've never had a Slurpee?
No. Even worse.
Even worse.
You've never been to a 7-Eleven?
No, not that bad.
Okay, good.
This morning, on the way to school, when I was taking my kids to school, we listened to Christmas music.
Oh my goodness.
So my sister's birthday, because it's on September 17th, is actually marks 100 days till Christmas. And so Ava keeps track. It's 98 days from her day and then 96 from Landon's birthday. And so they start counting down at 100. And so they're like, Dad, we have to listen to Christmas music. And so they're already planning for Christmas.
Well, it was nice and frosty this morning here in Baltimore. So it felt like
nice.
That winter air.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
But anywho, well, thank you for being on Blind Level Tech. My name is Jonathan Price, and this is Evan Starnes. Barry, you're in Baltimore, and Diane, you're in Baltimore, and you guys are with BlindShell USA, and you guys have kind of developed this absolutely incredible phone. But that was kind of a fun introduction. So I'm going to turn it over to Barry. Can you give us a little bit of overview of what BlindShell USA is and a little bit about the products you guys offer?
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jonathan and Evan, for this opportunity to be here on Blind Level Tech. We're super excited. And, BlindShell USA was established in 2022 to meet the growing needs of the North American sight loss community. And so we introduced the BlindShell Classic 2. That is our flagship accessible cell phone. And, up until, a couple of years ago, accessible cell phones weren't really, a popular thing. Everyone's always been used to, traditional smartphones.
Sure.
And we at BlindShell USA have been making our mark and really doing everything we can to get the word out that there are accessible cell phones that are not just, going to provide you with talking capabilities or even text messaging capabilities. Our phones are designed to provide a wide range of applications and features that provide greater independence for anyone living with a sight loss condition. And that could be from low vision up to someone who is total. And we are on a mission to continue to break down barriers, to take our existing platform of the BlindShell Classic 2 and see it continue to grow. And we've really have grown leaps and bounds since we launched BlindShell USA last year in February of 2022. And it's truly exciting times. So again, appreciate the opportunity to be here. And we are, again, on this mission to push forward and just do more for the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Diane, I'm going to come to you with this next question. The first one I have is, what is your favorite part about fall up in Baltimore? And then the second one is, what exactly is your role with BlindShell USA?
My favorite part about fall in Baltimore is football. I'm a big football fan. So
Ravens fan or
yeah, Ravens, yeah,
Slash.
Actually, all of the above. I'm very competitive, so I love all sports, but I love high school football, college football.
Nice.
I'm a Bears fan, so I'm a little bit alone in the woods here in Ravens territory.
There you go.
Yeah, so football is probably what I look forward to the most in the fall.
Love it.
And then I know there was another question.
Yeah.
I was going to say, there was another question about BlindShell.
Yeah, what's your role at BlindShell USA?
So at BlindShell, I'm the senior program manager. So I do a lot of customer service. I do a ton of training. Also, I do referrals. So if somebody calls and they say, I'm having an issue with my iPhone, I need BlindShell, talk to them about BlindShell. But I also want to know what else is going on in their life to see if there's any other way that we at BlindShell can assist them, because they may not even know about all the services that are out there for people with visual impairments. So that's, we try to make it we're not just selling somebody a phone, but we're assisting their lives. So we try to make it so that they can become as independent as they can.
I figured because, I'm Evan, the hardware guy, the audio guy. Let's actually talk about this device itself. I only saw the original BlindShell when it first came out, and it looked like a really cool device. It had a large, very pronounced screen that kind of stood out from the rest of the body of the phone. And then it was a very nice basic layout. You had your call, your end, 2 option keys, arrow pad and OK, your number pad, and then on the back you had an SOS button, a camera, a speaker, and that camera could be used for things like OCR and text recognition. So could one of you guys describe the layout of the new BlindShell Classic, because it's the BlindShell Classic 2 is definitely a massive leap and bound from the original. So yeah, I'd like to know what that device actually looks like and what some of the common features are on this BlindShell.
So the BlindShell Classic 2 does have a screen. The screen is for display only. So I like to tell people, you can swipe it, you could tap it, you could grab it, and you're not going to mess anything up. You're not going to accidentally cause something to happen, like if you just reach for a flat piece of glass, that's a phone. So it's about 5.5 inches long, 2.5 across, and a little less than half an inch thick. And there is that screen. It takes up a little bit more than half on the front. Then you have 6 tactile buttons underneath that to navigate through the phone. And then underneath that, you have the tactile keypad with the pronounced dot on the number 5. On the top of our phone, we have a standard headphone jack, and we also have a flashlight. And then on the bottom is the standard USB-C port for charging. On the back, we still have the camera, and we have the designated SOS button. So the difference between the Classic and the Classic 2 are the applications that you can now do. So we have the ability to use that camera to connect to Aira, to connect to Be My Eyes, to use Google Lookout. So now you could read your mail and identify your currency. And you can use the Google Lookout to look at your environment. So it'll tell you what it sees around you. It will tell you if it sees people. It'll tell you how many people it sees. It will also read text if it comes across it. So it's a great tool to have if you're trying to navigate a building, because when it sees the text of the office numbers or titles, it'll read that to you as well. We also have Bard on here, so you can read your Library of Congress books.
That's awesome.
We also have a designated dictate button. So if you're not somebody who feels comfortable yet, and I say yet because I feel that everybody should learn how to use the keypad for typing, because there's times when dictation does not work. But we do have a designated dictation button as well.
And T9 is your text entry method. And for those who don't know, T9 is where you type using the keypad. You know, ABC is the number 2, DEF is the number 3.
Yes. So you can also connect a Bluetooth keyboard to the phone, as well as if you have a wired keyboard with a USB-C connector.
Oh, it supports OTG. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a great feature.
That's US. That's called On the Go, and that basically is an old standard that came out. Yeah, geeky stuff here that allowed you to plug in USB accessories to your phone. That's really cool.
Yeah, so it has a USB option or the actual full wireless Bluetooth keyboard.
That's great, and I love that there's Bard. What else applications would users find on this device?
We have. Oh, there's so many. We have Alexa. So Alexa is built into the phone. We have Amazon. We have email. You can have multiple email accounts. We have the internet. So you can do anything that you would normally do with an internet browser. We have the ability to do still camera shots and also video cameras. We have a calendar feature. We have Zoom. So if somebody wanted to connect to their Zoom meetings, we have WhatsApp.
Nice.
We have Facebook Messenger. We have a color identifier. We have a built-in magnifying glass. So somebody who is able to utilize that, it goes from about a 3x to an 8x.
Nice.
We have, and another thing is that the BlindShell has 19 different languages built into it. So if English isn't somebody's preferred language, they can switch it.
That's awesome.
And I think Diane's omitting, not potentially, but one of the most important apps. We have the feature of listening to podcasts. So if someone wants to listen to Blind Level Tech on their BlindShell Classic 2,
oh yeah,
let's do it.
Absolutely,
they can easily do that. It's a fantastic podcast player, and we also have an amazing YouTube player as well.
Oh yeah, that answered my question. I'm an avid everyday YouTube watcher, so the fact that you can watch YouTube on this, that's a huge selling point.
So yeah, and it is so easy. I struggle to find things on YouTube on my iPhone, and it's so easy on the BlindShell. Okay, since we're doing true confessions today,
Oh boy.
And you guys may not even remember the show, but Dawson's Creek.
Oh yeah,
wow.
absolutely.
Dawson's
Yeah.
Creek.
Love me some
Oh
Dawson.
man, I was watching some Dawson Creek this weekend. Started back
Oh,
at the pilot.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
No, it's great, and Diane always says how easy it is again to find what you're looking for within YouTube. It's not complex,
Well,
and
yeah.
I think that goes back, I think, to the underlying design of the BlindShell Classic 2 from the accessibility, right?
Yep.
Today, a lot of devices on the market, right? Let's say a traditional smartphone, they're not designed, first of all, specifically for the blind community. They're
Right.
those are maybe like afterthoughts, right? They include accessibility, or I should say a level of accessibility, but the BlindShell is from the start, that is what it's designed for, and
Right.
so everything that gets added to the BlindShell Classic 2 as this platform, right? It goes with that same motto, right? Where it's sight loss first, accessibility first, and then everything else afterwards. So, we're fortunate that our phone, it does operate on Android underneath the hood, and that gives us the flexibility, together with our proprietary, overlay and software to bring and merge ecosystems.
Absolutely.
And that's really what I think the driving force behind our platform. And we've seen, this tremendous amount of success of people, who have used other smartphones where we hear stories every day. Just to name a couple, there was this one lady who I happened to come in contact with a couple months ago. She's a fairly new BlindShell Classic 2 user, and she said within the first week of getting her BlindShell Classic 2, she's accomplished more with her phone than she did with an iPhone in 3 years.
That's
Wow.
pretty
And so
incredible.
That's awesome.
It is,
yeah.
and I think that really, resonates to our focus, right?
Yes.
As far as providing the options, providing the ability for, how people want to communicate. Because communication today, it's not just, talking on a cell phone, right? That's probably becoming like maybe less and less, right, of what a cell phone
Yeah.
is used for.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So we really, it's not just a cell phone. Today, the BlindShell Classic 2, it's a platform. It's a multi-purpose device that can allow an individual to accomplish so much.
Absolutely. And thank you, gave us an amazing segue in regards to, well, first of all, the BlindShell being more than just a phone and also making it easy to find things. Yes, this
Right.
BlindShell isn't just a cell phone. It comes with some really unique little accessories, including some little tile-like trackers that actually integrate really well with the device. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you can even map them to a button on the phone. Can we talk about accessories actually? Because
Sure.
they're very important.
Absolutely. So yes, the phone, first of all, we have a couple different case options, which we always strongly recommend that people purchase to go with their phone because it will protect the phone. Unfortunately, we do see a lot of people drop their phone. And so we always encourage people to get the case at a level of protection. And also, the phone does already come with a lanyard. So again, if I'm speaking to an existing user and to a new potential BlindShell user, please utilize the lanyard that comes with the phone. It's there for a purpose to provide you with that extra safety net. The phone, it does come with a few NFC tags where people can tag up whether it's a jar of food, a box, whatever you can use your imagination how you want to label something. It's basically an NFC tag is your own personal labeling system. Earlier this year we introduced way around tags. Way around tags is maybe a little bit more sophisticated. It gives you the end user a little bit more options as far as what they can put on that tag. So that is on the phone as well. As an accessory, we have what they're called BlindShell beepers. similar to Apple AirTags, where you can, let's say, maybe attach it to a keyring, to maybe your mobility cane, whatever, something that you want to attach it to. And then you can easily, if you can't find those keys and there's a beeper attached to it, it will help you find it pretty quickly. So those are the primary accessories. The phone already comes with a desktop charging cradle. In addition, the phone comes with the USB-C charging cable plus the wall adapter. So straight out of the box, you had the charging cradle, the charging cord, the wall adapter, 3 NFC tags, the lanyard, and it's a great combination that you're getting straight out of the box.
Yeah, you're already setting up users like with everything they need to pretty much just jump right in.
That's exactly right. And that's part of our mission. Like we want to empower individuals who have had difficulty, using a traditional smartphone, who, for individuals who have been afraid of tech, who've never had a cell phone before, right? The phone, it covers such a diverse, demographic. And, we have seen, while initially we've seen the phone skew towards an older demographic, we do see a more younger demographic that are embracing the phone today and utilizing it, for its, apps and features, strictly, purely from the accessibility side.
That's awesome. So I want to jump back real quick. And just to be clear, is there an app store, or are all of these apps pre-built into the phone? Can they go onto the Google store, the Android store, and just download whatever apps?
Diane, I'll let you answer that one.
So you cannot go into the Google Play Store and download apps. BlindShell has its own platform.
Okay.
And we do have an app catalog built into the phone.
Nice.
And it's pretty easy to download those apps. So when somebody gets their phone, it's pretty basic. Okay. So that there's not a lot of clutter on it when you're first learning it. Then you can go into the app catalog and download any app you want. You would just go into the catalog, you hit the OK button, which is a tactile button above the number 1 on the app you want. It asks you if you want to install it. You hit OK. It'll automatically download it, install it, and put it in the right category. And then that person can then start exploring that app as well. So we let people customize their phones based on what is going to work for them. Some people don't like all the clutter. Some people don't like how our phone will say, when you open up a menu, 1 of 7, 2 of 8. You can take that off if that bothers you. Our phone will also click every time you push a button. If you don't like that, you can remove that as well. So you can really customize the phone. We have many different voices to choose from. You can not only choose English, but then you can also choose Australian English and have the little Australian guy or the Irish lady. Whatever it is that you like, you can customize the phone. You can customize your ringtones. We have over 100 ringtones built in.
Wow.
But you can also download ringtones and put them on your phone as well.
Very cool. Can you customize your own ringtones? Like if you have a cool song that you want, but you only want like the chorus of something, can you put that on there?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, you probably could.
Sounds like you can just like drag and drop audio files into a ringtones folder on the phone, and it just makes some custom ringtones. So technically, not to sound a little biased, if I wanted the BLT theme as a ringtone, totally could do that.
Hey, there you go. That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
We've seen a lot. We've seen some fascinating ringtones out there where people are using.
Absolutely. Now, I have a question. What if I'm looking through the app catalog for something very specific and I notice it's not there, is it possible to request like an app be added to the catalog?
So the answer is yes, right? We are always receiving feedback from the community. And again, going back to how the phone, the platform was designed and created, right? Accessibility first. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure that anything that's loaded on the phone, follows with that, designation as far as from accessibility first. So, again, the phone and our app catalog has a wide range of applications available today. We are constantly adding more and more, right? Rome wasn't built overnight.
Right.
I remember Diane and I were at we did a live in-person event on the West Coast. And there was a question that came out from the audience: can I download the Hawaiian Airlines app? So the answer was no, but maybe one day in the future, right?
There you go.
We try to focus on, the core apps that are, people are using, on a daily, that will provide, the maximum benefit out there, right? So like Zoom came to the phone earlier this year, right? That's almost like a necessity, right? These days, right?
Absolutely.
You need to have Zoom. Spotify, right? Bard, right? These are essential communication applications that people really need today. So we're continuing with that. We're going to be venturing into the healthcare side of things in the near future.
Ooh.
So there is a lot to come. Don't think that just because you can't download that Hawaiian Airlines app, and I'm not picking on Hawaiian Airlines, great airline. Don't think because you can't just download that, don't think that you're going to be limited, with the phone. The phone offers so much today, and it only gets better and better.
Absolutely.
Somebody was asking me yesterday about if we have the Khan Academy app. And I said, no, we don't have that app. But I showed them how to access it using the internet browser. And they were able to get all the same content that they would have if they used an app. So that made them very happy. And they were just... they were like, wow, I never thought of that. But so just because there's not an app for it doesn't mean you can't necessarily access it.
Right. And the same thing, we've had a lot of requests for banking apps, right? Now, again, due to security, banking apps are very complex. But we hear from the community, there are plenty of people who are accessing their online banking through the browser. And they are accomplishing, what they need to accomplish.
Because I can use Uber and I can use PayPal, all that through the browser.
Now, forgive me, but did you guys say how many apps you currently have available?
We're over 60 plus, I believe.
Yeah, it's in the 60s.
Awesome.
That's pretty good. And
Very cool.
It's being updated every day. So I know I'm going to state the obvious, just because I know this from previous experience. The BlindShell is, especially in the US, when it comes to getting service on it, it's as easy as just, popping in a SIM. It works. I do believe it works on pretty much all the major Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile carriers, correct?
Some caveats there.
Okay.
If you had to say yes or no, the answer would be yes. We still say today that T-Mobile is the preferred carrier.
It's the best.
Why is the preferred carrier? Because you can pop in a micro SIM card straight out of the box, and your phone is good to go. And it goes for any wireless carrier that's using T-Mobile towers. AT&T, the phone will work on AT&T networks as well. Consumer wireless, which piggybacks and uses AT&T towers. There is a minor setting adjustment that needs to be done when the SIM card from that carrier is inserted into the phone, and then we provide instructions on how to adjust what we call the APN settings. We've got many AT&T retail locations call our office with a BlindShell user, and we guide them through it, and they're on their way. So that's great. And Verizon is, you don't have to make any adjustments. You could pop in a Verizon SIM card. It's a little bit complicated because officially Verizon blocks our IMEI numbers. Now, if someone is not familiar with an IMEI number is basically the phone's serial number / ID number.
Right.
There are workarounds, to that. And some of the retail locations have been very, very helpful as far as working with consumers. But if you were to just pop in a Verizon SIM card today, someone already has existing service with Verizon, they put in a micro SIM card, or if they use a micro SIM card adapter, let's say for a nano SIM card, the phone will work. Is there anything you want to add, Diane? Do you want to add on top of that?
No, that pretty much covers it. So the only thing is when we say AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, we're also talking about any carrier that uses those towers.
Yeah, like Cricket, Mint Mobile, all those good ones.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep, absolutely. Well, so I'm really excited that you guys were on the show. What's the best way if they want a phone or to get a hold of you or to find out more about you? Where should they go? Who should they call?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, BlindShellUSA.com. That's BlindShellUSA.com. BlindShellUSA.com is our website where you can learn more about our accessible technology, where you can explore the applications, where you can join our community, and we'll talk about that in a moment as well, because I think it's very important, and I do want to share about that. Of course, you could also reach us toll free as well at 833-972-2020. That's 833-972-2020. We also email info at blindshellusa.com, info at blindshellusa.com. I mean, the website has it all. Individuals can order the phone, accessories, all that online, blindshellusa.com. I want to talk about, if we can, we still have time.
Absolutely.
Talk about the community as a whole. And then I also want to talk about free monthly wireless.
That's huge.
Jump into that. Yes. So here in the U.S., under the FCC, there is a program called ACP, which is the Affordable Connectivity Program.
Right.
We are proud to be a provider for the ACP program. And individuals living in 47 states across the U.S., the 3 states that we currently do not offer service with is California, Louisiana, and Alaska. So sorry, hopefully we will have that available in the near future. But if you're living in those other 47 states, individuals who qualify for the service can receive free monthly wireless. So there are some, qualification criteria. They are pretty wide, and as far as what the program will allow. So one, if someone's income is at or below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines, that is number one. That is an entry point. Just to give you as an example, what is 200% of the federal poverty guidelines? A single family household that makes at or below $29,160. That is the rate for 2023. So if someone's at or below $29,160 today in 2023, you are entitled to free monthly wireless service. Additionally, if someone is already enrolled in a program like Medicaid, SSI, SNAP, Federal Public Housing Assistance, Veterans and Survivors Pension Benefit, WIC, or someone received a Pell Grant during the current award year. For the students out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are automatic qualifications. So if someone's already enrolled in one of those other programs, that is an automatic qualifier. And when you go through the application on our website through BlindShellUSA.com, we have a section in the top menu. It says BlindShell Mobile. You go through there and you follow the instructions. You enter your email, the zip code. It'll tell you, if you're in the 47 states, there's a plan available for you. You complete the application, and if everything lines up with the national verifier, you are going to receive an approval within 20 to 30 seconds, and then you will receive your SIM card within 3 to 5 days. So I highly encourage everyone out there to take advantage of this great feature and service that we have here in the United States. It's a tremendous savings, and it helps out millions and millions of people.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's incredible.
And I'm going to let Diane talk about the community itself, because I've been talking a little too much.
No, you've been great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great information, Barry.
Thank you.
So our community is, I I think we have an amazing BlindShell community. It's like we're not just a phone. We actually have people that we care about our customers care about us, our customers care about each other. So right now we have there's 2 listservs out there. Actually, none of them are put out by BlindShell. They're put out by our distributors, 2 of our distributors, and they're listservs. And people can ask questions on there. And somebody will ask a question, and they'll get 25 responses. And then what they learn is, oh my gosh, I know this person. I haven't communicated with this person in 40, 50 years. And now
wow.
they're reuniting with people. They're actually now starting to email each other offline. They are meeting up at conventions that they didn't know that these other people were there. They're having lunch with these people. So it's really it's a very heartwarming community that we have. Everybody wants to help another BlindShell user. So we do have these 2 listservs, and if you go to BlindShell Classic plus subscribe at groups.io, you'll find one, and the other is BlindShell 2 plus subscribe at groups.io. And then on every Monday on the ACB community, we do BlindShell 101, where people can call in, and if they're having a specific issue with their BlindShell, we can cover that. Or I'll often start off with saying, hey, did you know you could do this on your BlindShell? And we'll go over how to do it. And then on every other Thursday, we have talking points, which again, people can call in, and that's pretty much a user-driven call. They decide which direction it's going to go in and what they want to cover. So we do have this great community. That people who are existing users are reaching out and helping new users. And as Barry said, it originally started off with the senior population, and now we're seeing a lot of younger people who are using a BlindShell. They, in addition to their iPhone, they'll use their iPhone for some things, but they'll use their BlindShell for many, many, many more things. And it's just becoming, so when I always get that question, who is the BlindShell for? And it's for everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Diane, in addition to the live streams that we offer, in addition to the listeners, the community out there, Diane, I want you to share with everyone, especially Jonathan and Evan, about our new pilot program, which Diane initiated as far as this mentorship program.
Ooh, yes,
Absolutely.
please.
So I got some requests from people saying, I really could use some help using this BlindShell with somebody who's blind. And, well, I'm blind. Well, okay, you don't count. So I'm like, oh, so okay. They're like, no, I really want to get some help from somebody who's who's a blind person, who used the phone, who started off at ground zero, like I'm trying to do. So I thought, okay, well, let's start this mentoring program. So I put it out there on the BlindShell 101, and I said, I'm looking for people to mentor, and I'm also looking for people who need some help. Nice. Well, by the end of the call, I already had like 6 or 7 emails from people who were like, yeah, I want to be a mentor. And that same day, I was able to match up 2 groups. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. Okay, this is really going to go somewhere. So I'm so pleased that I have so many people that are stepping up to the plate who are like, yeah, I really want to help.
It's an incredible concept, right? Taking some of our power users, people who have, started off, thought they couldn't do it, said, people who said, right. I just want to make a phone call, and then have continued to explore, get used to the phone, get past, let's say that short learning curve. And now they're volunteering to be mentors, to go out there and help other people. Of course, they're doing this all in a virtual setting, of course. I think it's one, that people want to help other people, and it just opens up so many, greater possibilities, as far as, whether it's the friendship aspect, the communication aspect. Again, there's such a domino, this ripple effect in a positive way, what,
Right.
individuals will both be able to get out of this. So, we're actually about to launch, officially launch it. It's more been like a pilot program, but I wanted to specifically mention where this is the first time we are mentioning this, and we're proud to do it on Blind Level Tech. And there will be more information on our website, BlindShellUSA.com, where people can learn more about the mentorship program and sign up, and we will pair you up with someone who we think is a good fit for you.
Fantastic.
That is exciting.
Thank you.
That's so cool. Well, and it's so cool that you guys are creating not only the phone, but you're creating the community around it to not only support as a company this phone, but then a community support where you have the mentorship, you have people who need help. And it could not even be with the phone. It could just be living life after vision loss. And I think it's so important to reinforce that community and become a cornerstone of, I guess, of this community, and make sure that everybody has the help that they need, and everybody has an ear that can listen to them. A lot of times we don't have ears to be able to just speak into, and it's so encouraging for that. I have one final question, and it may not be the most important question of the day, but I guarantee you that it will affect the rest of your day. So we're going to move into our sandwich of the week. The sandwich of the week. Ooh. Barry, because we are on BLT, a lot of people think we're, some people have actually called us blind or blind lettuce tomato. Bacon lettuce tomato.
I said that to you the other day. Blind lettuce tomato.
Blind lettuce tomato? I've never heard that.
Oh my goodness. That was too much. We're going to use a little.
Keeping that in.
Blind lettuce tomato is going to be our new live stream.
Yes. There you go. Hey, we're just use a lettuce wrap as the blindfold. Yes. Oh heavens, that was too much. Barry, what is your favorite sandwich?
I'm going to have to go with a tuna wrap.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. All right, little dill and peppers, or just a basic tuna wrap.
A tuna wrap with cilantro sauce.
Yum.
Oh, there you go.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right,
I'm
Diane?
just craving one right now. I have this cafe down in South Florida that just makes this incredible tuna wrap with cilantro, with lettuce inside, avocado, alfalfa sprouts. It's incredible. Oh, ooh. You got me going now.
Very nice. That's why I told you it's going to be effective. Yes. All right, Diane, you're up.
That's a tough one. If I'm feeling healthy, I'll do like a turkey wrap, but if I don't care, and since yesterday was National Cheeseburger Day, like I would definitely indulge in like a really good cheeseburger on a pretzel roll.
There you go. Do you guys do bison burgers up there?
We do, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Very cool. Evan, what about you?
Well, it's funny that yesterday was Cheeseburger Day. I tried a couple of days ago from Burger King. I tried.
That's not a sandwich.
No, it's a burger, but I tried my first Impossible Burger, and
oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean,
what was your impression?
It actually totally caught me off guard.
Impossible to tell, huh?
I get, yes, actually.
But
the way I thought it was it was impossible to make, plant-based meats, and that's, that was them doing the impossible, but it is impossible to tell. And that's awesome. It was an interesting experience. I'm going to get one again.
Jonathan, I want to hear your sandwich.
Yeah.
Let's go with yours.
Yeah, so I had an amazing breakfast sandwich at Panera Bread, and it was ham and cheese on Gouda, but then it had a cinnamon crusted bagel, and it was just absolutely out of this world. It was awesome.
Perfect.
Diane, it's almost time for lunch for us here, so
I know.
Go for lunch.
I know. Well, I'm so thankful for all of you guys, and it's been such a blessing to have you on. I hope that you guys out there in BLT land, you guys take this and you go make sure that you check out BlindShell USA and get all their accessories and get the phone and reach out to Diane. She's part of the amazing team there, and you'll more than likely get to talk to her when you call in. So make sure you do that. Evan, any last words from you?
No, but I definitely do plan on picking one up at some point, and you guys should expect a demo on BLT if I get one. This is the tactile experience, and that's the thing. Because yes, my iPhones can do pretty much whatever, but it's the whole push. It's the whole push button tactile experience that really does it in for me. And it's the ability of being able to have the phone on the lanyard or in my pocket, and I'm still able to not have, it's a little clunky swiping with a touchscreen. So you're still able to just click around with the buttons. It's a familiar system. And the fact that you guys, have made it into this, the Swiss Army knife, if you will, that can listen to, you can play podcasts. I love that you guys have Google Lookout. Google Lookout's incredible on Android. And you guys definitely have made a really awesome product.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. And by the way, Diane and I happened to be on a road trip. We went across the state of Texas a few weeks ago. And the Swiss Army knife, analogy was actually described on that trip. So
Nice.
You're 100% right. And, you can do a lot with that Swiss Army knife, and the possibilities are really endless what you can do with the BlindShell Classic 2.
Indeed.
Just to reinforce, no such thing as status quo on our side. Things are continuously being added to the platform, getting better and better every day. And there's some amazing, developments on the horizon. And, we look forward to welcoming all those new members out there who are just learning about the BlindShell Classic 2 for the first time, for people who are just maybe, on the fence, and to, say thank you to our existing users out there who are using the BlindShell Classic 2.
For sure. Well, with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us on Blind Level Tech. Do not forget to plug in your devices. Have a fantastic week. We'll talk to you later.
Take care. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Evan.
Indeed. See you next week.